So commonsense.org had a good, I thought, presentation made for this sort of kind of like this professional development sort of privacy training. So I watched the video and I took this presentation and I used a website called Curipod. It's kind of an AI almost presentation generator. And what I did is I created a couple of my own, few of my own slides, put them within what Common Sense had, and then I had Curipod, and I would really recommend using Curipod. It's a pretty cool if you use slides a lot. I don't, but if I do ever start, Curipod's probably where I'll go. And it really makes the slides more interactive. Students can log in with it. It's kind of like a Pear Deck if you've ever used Pear Deck, except Curipod can actually create things that you tell it to, or it can just take existing slideshows and curify them, which basically adds questions and polls and media and pictures and things like that all on its own, and then kind of gives you the last say on what you want to keep or what you want to modify. So I kind of used this presentation. I tried Curipod out with it. I haven't used it a ton in my classes, but another teacher in my building has used it a couple times and says she really likes it. So I kind of gave it a try with this, and I've made some other presentations with it too. But like I said, I just don't use slides a whole lot. But I'll just kind of go through and show you what it does. Um, so again, it kind of just puts in these questions in there. So you can imagine if I'm giving this presentation to my colleagues, this might be a good way to kind of, after I go through the definition of student privacy, have a question. And it usually gives a timer right here. So you can start that timer. As you can see down here, it says let your students join. So it gives them about a minute, or you can kind of adjust that time too if you want with or take off time, which is kind of cool. So these are just some of the questions that it came up with and generated itself, and I kind of looked at and made sure that they one made sense because it's AI. So a lot of times you have to make sure that what it's generating is accurate or even make sense with what you want it to come up with questions for. And then another one. So it kind of throws these in there and allows you to kind of time that and have students kind of submit responses to those things. And so as we go forward, um, kind of does a couple different things here. Sorry, it's kind of cool. I'll get to some of the more questions and things as we get through the kind of the laws and stuff that it comes up with. So then again, and you can, what I would do probably next time is take these slides and then kind of interweave them within the presentation a little bit more. So it comes up with these questions, and one of the things it can come up with is like a choice board, which is really cool. So it's all content specific to what I have in my slide here. So all of these different questions, and again, probably maybe wouldn't need 10 minutes. I don't know. It depends on what activity the my staff would pick as I'm going through this, but it gives them those time and lets them kind of go through that. It also allows you to do drawings, so they can do drawings and things like that. Um, kind of cool. So it's not just short answer responses or polls or anything like that. So again, just letting you know that this is Curipod that kind of came up with all this stuff. It's really cool, and some of the things that you can do. You can kind of do a poll at the end with how confident are you with today's lessons. So I can kind of show the options there. So not at all, not very, all the way to very confident, and you can kind of get a poll. It's a good assessment tool too, in a way. I wouldn't do any real summative or really big assessments with it, but it's a great way to kind of see where your students are at during your presentation. So it's a good way for this case, if I'm giving this to my fellow staff, it's a good way to see how confident they are with student privacy and some of the concerns that go along with that at the end. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of show this, but Curipod it's a really cool site to kind of enhance your slides or even generate them. It'll do that for you too.